To my right here is a pedal I know kind of nothing about, truth be told. This is the MWFX Judder. A really cool looking pedal, and I've definitely seen it around on people's pedal boards, and I know people really like this pedal, but I know nothing about it. I don't really know what it does. It looks maybe some sort of delay pedal. So these are going to be my sort of first impressions on the Judder, and maybe these sort of the steps that I take may help you approach your more complex pedals. We'll see. We're just going to dive straight into it. I've not really looked at the manual yet. I have it just if I get lost or too far down a rabbit hole, but I do kind of generally like to approach pedals like this a little bit blind, and sort of learn as we go on. So I had a little bit of a light bulb moment there. Managed to get it sort of working almost like a normal digital delay. So we've got a dry mix control sort of thing, but it does different things. We've got a feedback for our delay or our loop, and then this is like a delay time, or is it like maybe a clock speed knob like on a Chaseless Mood or something. That is something I like to do when I'm approaching more complex pedals, and try to relate it to other pedals. Like, you know, this is reminding of a Chaseless Mood, or even like this from my pedal shelf, the Boss DSD2, which is like a DD2 but with a like sampler looper on it. This is reminding a little bit of that sort of thing. This is a cool switch here. There's the second switch from the left. It's like a loop size switch, which kind of goes from short, medium, and long. And when it's in the longest setting, you start to get some like digital noise. And it does weird things. What? Modulation is really interesting. You can either kind of pick it from modulating up or down or somewhere in the middle. That's really cool. It's really kind of gritty and noisy, and I like that. And it also degrades really, really nicely. Like in some of these longer loop settings, just the noises that it creates. See, what is that? haven't messed around with sort of, I guess, this side of the pedal so much. So we need to find out what this middle switch does and these things here and what they're doing. This seems like maybe the most complex part of it because it seems like there's some LFO or envelope element to it. And I don't really know what I'm doing. So let's switch to LFO mode. So now we can sort of adjust the modulation rate, I believe. It's really deep modulation on there. That's nice. Some really nice sounds there. We're starting to get a bit more in the musical territory of this pedal now. We're starting to understand it a bit more. That was almost like this reflecty, smeary reverb sound. I was enjoying that. Slightly increase the feedback. This pedal can get away from you quite quickly, like anything above 9 o'clock on the feedback, it sort of starts to oscillate. You could already hear it starting to go. How cool. I love how it's sort of, you know, if you're changing the loop size, for example, that it doesn't cut out your loop in a way. It doesn't start the loop over again. So you can make massive leaps in your loop size, just like this. So the only kind of last thing we've got to experiment with is this middle switch here, and it goes from a gated mode to a mode, maybe that's auto mode or something, and then a duck mode. Let's try gated. Okay, so this is, again, we had another light bulb moment. This again is linked not only to the modulation but also this switch here. So it adds a sort of an LFO to the way it captures audio, I guess. Ooh, some cool sounds here. Okay, so now I'm starting to understand this. If we switch this down to envelope, predictably, it will now only capture audio when I play. I'm assuming in the down position it's going to do the opposite and it's only going to capture audio when I'm not playing? Let's find out. Yeah. It's a little hard to get your head around. I think I like it in the middle. Just when it's capturing audio sort of all the time. Very cool. Very cool. I can see that there's an expression in here or expression out, and I'm assuming that's going to be so we can express this central clock knob or speed knob. That would be really cool to be able to adjust that on the fly with your foot. Starting to get the hang of what each knob and switch does. We definitely got some musical sounds there, but you have to sort of dive into it. And that's the thing with these more complicated pedals, is that you do have to get to know them. What a cool pedal. What a really cool pedal. Definitely check out MWFX and the Judder. I'm sure you guys have actually seen or heard one of these before, but I'm a fan of this. I might have to spend a bit more time with it and maybe put it on a pedal board and start integrating it with other effects. I can totally imagine this is going to sound great with a reverb after it maybe, or a fuzz pedal to get some really stuttery, glitchy fuzz tones. Cool stuff, and I hope you enjoyed this little experimentation video.